Alright, let's get this done.
You know what I love about streaming? Not having access to all the movies and TV shows I love. Streaming is convenient until you have to hunt down your favorite shows and movies because they left Hulu without telling you in advance. That's the nice thing about Netflix though. They give you a countdown. So today, I'm going to watch these 7 programs before the allotted time runs out. This was kind of a test for this idea. I wanted to see exactly when it leaves Netflix. Like, is it leaving at midnight when the clock strikes June 4th, or when the clock strikes midnight on June 5th? I was also trying to see how many episodes I could get through by the time I had left with it. I haven't watched the series in its entirety since I've seen the series before, and listening to it while doing this. And I wasn't listening to every episode. In season 1, I skipped Kevin 11 and A Small Problem. I wasn't a big fan of Kevin till Alien Force, and I also never liked when the Omnitrix got stuck on gray matter for the entire episode, even though I like gray matter. I got to ghost freaked out in season 2, most likely due to time zone differences. I was able to watch the show to that point past midnight once it turned to June 5th, and Netflix allowed me to finish the episode before taking it away. In total, I watched 18 episodes, skipping 6 episodes in total. However, I got to relive some bit of my childhood, and I found out how long I have to watch the others. But let's move on to the movies, starting with...
I puked on my lawn.
Well, I had to watch this at some point for a different video. I just didn't think I'd have to rush to see it. What am I in, a race? I'll walk myself out. It was quite an interesting story. I won't get too into it here because I have a video series planned on video game adaptations. But what I can say is that this is more of a biopic than a video game adaptation.
How many times have you been in love?
This was one of those Oscar films from 2015. It's about a department store clerk who falls for an older married woman. It stars Cate Blanchett. It took a bit to get me hooked, but once it got me, I was all in. The film made me feel all these nerves, all in a great way, wondering if they would end up together. I found myself rooting for them the whole time. I don't want to spoil anything, but if you can find it, you should watch it. Also, how the f did they make Cate Blanchett's gloved hands sexy? Because it's f***ing Cate Blanchett, that's how. I'm gonna be real, I planned on watching these, but I could not find the willpower to watch them, or at least at this time. SpongeBob would have been a rewatch. I watched that when it first came out in the theaters, and although Twilight and The Nun would have been first time viewings, especially with The Nun, I just would look at it on Netflix and just didn't feel like watching it. Now, I could have never included this segment in the video, but that would be a lie. I'm not that kind of YouTuber. But what I can tell you is the surprise that I actually binged watched an entire season of a show in one sitting. And that was...
What the hell was that? Right there. We got something.
Firstly, this bullshit of lack of seasons for a show needs to be stopped. This show has 6 seasons, or at least 5 with a 6th one coming out. And Netflix had season 3. What? But I did still watch this show because I love these type of shows. I kind of want to find out where to watch the rest of it so I can binge the rest. It's apparently on Disney Plus, but only seasons 3 and 4 for f***'s sake. Based on this season though, there are some real strange things that occur. Look, these types of shows you gotta take with a grain of salt. On the one hand, I could see that the owner of Skinwalker Ranch and the scientists and that they have there want to prove that there may or may not be something weird going on at this spot in Utah. But on the other hand, History Channel and other channels like that, when it comes to a reality show kind of like this, because it is basically a reality show, documentary style, they like to make sure people are entertained. So you never know what could be real and what could be just something that the entertainment industry is trying to fabricate so that you keep coming to the next new episodes. So some of the things I have to take at face value when watching these kind of shows. I do think these types of shows in general should have some normal average Joe on the team who would point out if from a normal everyday standpoint if something is weird or paranormal. What? I want to check out this ranch. It seems cool. But either way, this show is really entertaining and I hope to find the rest of it. But alas, they all left Netflix. At the time of recording, Ben 10 Classic is on Sling TV, Gran Turismo is on Hulu and Disney+. You're joking. Carol has moved to Max. Fuck me. The Nun is on Tubi, Twilight is on Amazon Prime Video, and Sponge Out of Water is on Paramount Plus. Are you going to McDonald's? If so, can you get me a McFucking-me right now? And, my surprise, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch can be found on Disney Plus and Hulu for season 3 and 4, like I said, or on Roku channel and or History for free. Don't you just love rushing shows and movies because you don't know where they're going to end up and then you find out that some of them ended up on streaming services you actually have? Ah!